In a courtroom packed to the brim with South Africa's most powerful political figures, President Cyril Ramaphosa today faced one of the most significant challenges of his political career, proving his innocence against allegations of misusing state funds. The trial, which has captivated the nation for weeks, took on an extraordinary dimension today, as high-ranking members of the African National Congress, ANC, filled the benches to witness the proceedings. The tension was palpable from the moment Ramaphosa arrived. Cameras flashed relentlessly as he stepped into the courtroom, his expression composed but determined. Behind him, his legal team shuffled documents and whispered final strategies, while ANC leaders exchanged anxious glances. For the party, this trial was more than a legal matter, it was a political earthquake, one that threatened to shake the very foundations of its authority ahead of the next elections. The charges alleged that Ramaphosa authorized state funds for projects that were either personal or party-related without proper oversight. Critics argue that this represents a dangerous abuse of power, while supporters insist that the accusations are politically motivated attempts to destabilize the president and the ANC. As proceedings began, the courtroom became a stage for both legal rigor and political theater. Ramaphosa's defense opened with a powerful statement that set the tone for the day. "I have devoted my life to the service of South Africa," his lead attorney said. "Every decision made regarding state funds has been lawful, transparent, and in accordance with constitutional obligations. These allegations are politically motivated, designed to tarnish the reputation of a man who has spent decades building this country." The president himself listened intently, occasionally nodding, his gaze fixed on the judges and the witnesses. The testimonies that followed were dramatic and intense. Financial auditors, state officials, and policy experts took the stand one by one, meticulously detailing each expenditure that had been questioned. Ramaphosa's legal team dismantled each accusation, presenting detailed records, approvals, and audits to demonstrate that every cent was accounted for and justified. Throughout the day, the reactions from ANC members were a spectacle in themselves. Some leaned forward eagerly, eyes glued to the proceedings, while others whispered nervously to one another, unable to hide the uncertainty in the air. A few prominent party figures even exchanged subtle gestures of disbelief when certain witnesses contradicted the allegations, while loyalists of Ramaphosa occasionally murmured their support, their faith in the president unwavering. Outside the courtroom, thousands of South Africans gathered, divided in their loyalties. Supporters waved ANC flags and chanted slogans of solidarity, while critics voiced their anger over what they called decades of political corruption. The streets surrounding the courthouse were a scene of controlled chaos, with law enforcement struggling to maintain order amid the fervent crowds. Political analysts described the trial as a defining moment for both the ANC and the nation. "This is about more than funds," one commentator said. "This is about leadership, accountability, and trust." How the court rules could redefine South African politics for years to come. As the trial reached its climax, Ramaphosa addressed the court directly. His voice, calm but firm, echoed across the silent room. "I have dedicated my life to building a South Africa where justice, transparency, and fairness guide our every decision. I stand before this court not to defend myself from political attacks, but to prove that integrity and honesty remain at the heart of our democracy. I ask that the evidence be considered objectively. I have not misused state funds, and I welcome this judgment with full transparency." The judge listened intently, occasionally consulting notes and documents, before adjourning the court for a recess. ANC members left the benches quietly.